Hello, and nice to meet you. I'm the Director of Player Personnel for the Utah Jazz. My scouts have expressed a lot of interest in you. Before I can give my blessing to use our draft pick on you, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions, to make sure you'd fit in with what we do here. We realize that here in Utah, we don't have the appeal of a Los Angeles or a New York or Chicago. We tend to look for players who would be proud to be part of this organization, someone who can really take pride in being a member of the Utah Jazz, someone who's willing to spend their entire career as a member of the Utah Jazz. Are you that person?
To be honest, I'm a big city kind of guy. I don't think Salt Lake City has the type of vibe I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys have a great organization and a great fan base. It's just not for me. That cool?
Interesting. Next question. Talk about what you have to improve on as you make the jump to the next level. We'd like to see what you think about your game as a whole.
My offensive game is still developing. I like to call it a work in progress, I need to continue taking smart shots, basically take what's given to me. I think I'm coming into this league severely underrated, and I plan on using that to my advantage.
Well, that didn't go quite as I expected. We'll see you at the draft. Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us, so much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number 1. This is a question we ask all our potential draftees, and I want you to answer it as honestly as possible. Where do you see your career going? What do you hope to achieve out of your career? Ultimately, what do you want your legacy to be?
Me? I want to be the greatest of all time. If anyone answers you differently, well, they're either lying to you or they don't have the competitive fire to be great. I don't want to be great. I want to be the greatest. I want rings. I want MVP awards. All of those accolades. I want people to talk about me 50 years from now. And they will. Just watch, man. I've got the fire. I've got the drive. And you know what? I'm ready.
Let's see. One more question, if you don't mind. What do you think you'll bring to a franchise as far as marketability?
I think that's really for you guys to decide. What I'd bring to your franchise is my basketball skills and a winning attitude. Anything beyond that, that's really for your team to sort out. I like to stay focused solely on the game.
I appreciate your honesty answering my questions. Best of luck to you in the draft. Nice job out there tonight. Your play really impressed us, so much so that we're considering using our pick on you if you're available when our turn comes up. Before we get that far, we'd really like to ask you a couple of questions. Question number 1. While it's true that our team has a lot of needs, I really feel like a small forward to build around is what would help us the most at this point. I'm going to be looking at all the available wings in the draft, but I really wanted to get a chance to talk to you first. I love your game. Tell me, what can you provide the Phoenix Suns?
I can provide an honest player who's going to give 110% every night. I'm a player that the team and community can get behind. I make plays. I don't make noise off the court, and I enjoy facilitating a play rather than making it. Not too many people can look you in the eye and tell you that last one. Above all, I want to win, and I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen.
All right then, one more. As a whole, the Suns have kept the same core for the better part of a decade. We found a winning formula and stuck by it, just rotating in supporting pieces where necessary. As I'm sure you've seen over the last year or so, we're in the midst of overhauling our roster. We really love the idea of you being a part of that process. What do you think about being a centerpiece for the new Phoenix Suns?
Man, I love the idea that you consider me a centerpiece. That type of confidence in me, how can I not love the idea? I'm interested in making a name for myself in the NBA, and Phoenix sounds like a great fit to me.
Okay, that's all I have. I love what I heard here. We would love to have you join us. We'll be in touch.